so many questions when it comes to my inbox of they've been following us from afar, things happen so fast, kind of all of this other stuff. So I think it's girls. Just in my inbox saying, oh, I love you guys. I love looks great on you. Behind the scenes of exactly what goes on behind the beautiful pictures that we get to post, but true, real stuff. How did we meet?
What, like from the jump?
I think we have to start from the very beginning.
I came from DJing a party. I killed it. My feet were hurting, so I only had one shoe on walking to the car.
He really did.
And I saw you coming up the block.
And it's by chance, because Zakia has been telling me, Zakia's our close friend. I've known Zakia since we went to this dance place called Artist Collective in Hartford, and then she lived in Middletown with you. We knew her separately for years, but she's been telling me, hey, I'm gonna be at Smith Commons. She knows tons of people, so she's like, my boy is DJing. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm busy doing other things. I'm like, I'll get there when I get there. Happened to see them, and this guy is literally one. He's talking shit. Yeah.
What was I saying? You don't even know.
I don't know, but I also know that if you don't say shit back, he will not respect you. That was my immediate, response.
I wasn't talking that much shit, though, probably.
And you were walking with one shoe on.
My foot was hurting. Nobody keeps two shoes on if your feet are hurting.
Nobody wears shoes that make their feet hurt.
No, you have to sacrifice for fashion. Everybody knows that.
But the thing is, it's not the same. You have a Jordans. You know what size, and you have tons of them.
They look better in 10 and a half.
Than 11, and I don't think many people can tell the difference, including you, if you just went up a half size.
Tims and Jordans, you can tell.
Maybe Tims. Jordans.
Definitely Tims. And definitely Jordans.
Whatever.
So,
Anyway,
you come walking up the block. What did I say?
I don't remember. You have the good memory. What did you say?
Probably just some regular shoes.
All I knew was...
your shoes game was trash.
I had these cute Jordans on, first of all.
Destroyed, man.
Destroyed.
Nasty.
I got me and my nephew a pair of them for Christmas, and I wore them very little.
No, that was 3 Christmases ago. You can't wear them shit. You had a little pot belly. I'm like, oh, she pretty. And then I said something.
You said I was pretty with a pot belly?
Yeah.
Please. I was actually really skinny at that time.
What you talking about? No, you had pot belly. I
No,
can see
I
it through your
didn't.
black shirt. I still shot a shot, and you try to, what? You low-key try to curve me, right?
Yeah, I was not interested. One shoe on, talking shit, not my type of person. Nope, not doing it.
What'd you say?
Get my number from Zakia. That was supposed to be code word for Zakia, don't give him my number. And a couple days later, I get a phone call from an 860 number. And I usually don't pick up phone numbers I don't know. But I'm like, let me answer it. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, she gave him my number. But
That's my friend, too.
I know, but I thought she understood my code word for don't even do it.
She know me.
Whatever. Funny thing is, that night, after many times, we had really good conversations. Really good conversations, just not interested.
What do you mean? You kept talking. You kept picking up. You kept texting.
Yeah, but I knew I wasn't. Well, I also knew it wasn't interesting because of the big lie.
What are you talking about? You didn't even get to that part yet. Why would you jump?
I'm not jumping.
You jumped too fast.
That's exactly what it is.
No, you didn't mention how your non-interest turned to intrigue and all that.
When was that?
When you kept picking up the phone and you kept talking and you kept texting.
I was being nice.
What do you mean?
I never started the conversation. I've never called you, and I never texted you on my own.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. You always did the first move. I was just being nice enough to answer. And you'd always did make the first move, and I was being nice. And I think it's always nice to get to know people. But I just knew in the back of my head, I was like,
why?
I'm not
you
interested.
didn't even know why. That doesn't make sense.
I did.
Why
I
were
knew
you
very.
thinking that?
No, I was very surprised we had a really good conversation that night. That's the time where you told me.
London.
Yeah, London's at my school, and to be at the same school, I think those things were just very interesting and convenient, and just how we kind of intertwined and thinking about where you started, and we're both in Connecticut, 15 minutes away, at least one mutual friend. Figuring out we actually have more mutual friends as time goes on, but we still never met until we got to DC, which is very interesting.
Yeah, but not really though. Like the kid dance, nobody dancing. You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of people, regardless of what people may think, Connecticut's not that small.
Well, DMV is that small, and I still didn't meet you until recently.
That sounds so stupid.
It does sound
Now you're
stupid.
married.
But it was still recent. 2018. November 2018.
We was chit-chatting and all that. You keep saying you wasn't interested, but the conversations were interesting.
Yeah.
And they continue to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so what changed from late October to mid-November?
The lie.
Oh, no, it was not a lie.
It.
It was an omission.
Yo, I had just gotten a relationship with someone that had a child under 2, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so I was trying to build rapport.
That's
how
not
you do it.
rapport.
You build rapport.
But the thing is, he also knew, you knew that we had a mutual friend in common.
Zakia talk too much.
And so I'm talking to Zakia, and she's just saying it openly. The thing is, the minute I said, I have to say my piece first. So he told me about London, did not tell me about Royal.
Listen, Georgie was coming,
AKA
but
Georgie.
in due time, you know, I wanted to build some rapport. That way, when I said it, it wouldn't have been such a, I don't know.
When I heard about the second child, I was like, nope, can't do it. Nope. And I was like, that's my out. Boom, that's my out. But except for we just had to keep having good conversations, so I couldn't nix it for some reason. I also tried to see if he would say something. So I would say comments like, oh yeah, I would try to say something to see if he would say something. And he didn't. He would just keep with London. He had ample opportunities to say something about Royal.
I know I had 2 kids. I don't need no cues.
You sure did, because I'm like, I hope he knows I know the truth. So I'm giving him opportunities to redeem himself.
It wasn't about redemption. It was about timing. That's what people misunderstood. They think that you have to disclose everything, but if it's not the right time to disclose something, then it's not the right time. Of course, you can't say, I don't have kids, or the kid's not going anywhere if you take care of them. But, there's nothing written where it says you have to disclose immediately, especially when somebody can have a potential hang up over something. So I was just thinking okay, how can I make this make sense? How can I make it more palatable?
But that also breaks someone's trust, because that means you're not being completely open and honest from even the beginning.
No, but that's the thing. You gotta think I'm being dishonest. It wasn't about that. It was about saying it when the time was right. But I overthought it though.
You did. And so one time he called me, and remember I was leaving a Halloween party, and it was 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, he has the nerve to call me at 2:00 in the morning. Mind you, he's never done this before. And so I was just like, I know you have a daughter, and that's that. And so he's like, okay. And he was being very respectful, and he just was like, all right, let it go.
It was the 3rd phone call.
It was not the 3rd phone call. We talked a few times.
No, that I made that night. So
I can't stand him. Babe, I can't stand you. You're so annoying.
So I was just like, all right.
But then I saw him again at Smith Commons, and he was acting really weird, but just his personality.
What actually weird?
You don't remember? I was texting you after, you were acting like you didn't know. I thought his feelings were a little salty because
No.
I think it was a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we danced that night a couple times.
There was nobody else in there. It was empty. That's when I just started building it up. So we danced that night, and she walked with me to go get my pay.
No. He had his arm around me. He was like, come with me. So it was like a drag through. But what was interesting, and what I couldn't believe, he's telling everybody, she curved me. Can you believe that? And I'm like, why are you telling people this? I can't believe you're going around telling people that I pretty much curved you. And that's just his personality.
Yeah, I mean, it's just life. Shit happens.
It is life, but you don't go around telling people this stuff. You just keep it to yourself.
It happens every day.
It does, but that's just some things just go unsaid. You don't say anything about it. So I thought that was
I
so
wasn't
interesting.
really hurt by it because I understood why. Whether or not you knew that, I understood why it happened. So it wasn't like I was thrown off.
Yeah.
I wasn't taken by surprise because I knew why I got curved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a big deal.
But that night, we ended up, I think that day or something like that, we texted and he wanted to take me out. And I was like, free food sounds good to me.
That's so dumb. And I had a company card.
It doesn't matter. I still have free food.
For everybody.
It doesn't matter. I had free food.
Mm-hmm.
He picked me up. We had free food. And that was like the first time I was like, maybe. Mm-hmm. And so after, look at this. You're so excited about this story. So after, he said something about no one worked an 8-hour day. People only work really like 6 to 7 hours, not even that. So all of this stuff. So I text him telling him like, actually, I worked an 8-hour day today. And this is my first time starting the conversation. Hopefully this will give the hint that maybe he responded, but he didn't like catch on to like continue the conversation. So I was like, okay.
I did catch on. I had to just want to make amends and say I apologize, and I was done. So then she got curved after lunch, but it was no big deal.
That wasn't like a real like try to. It was
I'm
just
a
like
DJ. I don't want to have any bad vibrations, especially with somebody close to my friend. So I'm like,
you don't have to go to dinner for that. I mean lunch for that.
Lunch. It was lunch.
You don't
I
have to do
for it. Free food. You sell it.
I didn't know that though.
Free food.
He
for
made
everybody.
it seem like he paid for it. It doesn't matter.
No, he's good.
Anyways, fast forward.
So she got curved. Fast forward.
I realized I was actually invited to I looked at old text messages and my name was under the game night. He said, I had the baby. I don't feel like being stuck here by myself. Come over to have game night.
Yeah,
I
told you about it.
No, you actually put me in the message. I was in the group chat.
Really?
I looked at it literally the other day. Because I was like, was it Zakia who told me? No, I was in the group chat. It was you. And I was looking at it and I'm like, this is so him. I got the baby. I don't feel like watching her by myself. Come on over. And I'm like, so you have the baby and you want other people here? But that's just him. Yeah. That is him. And Zakia took forever to go over there. I had nothing else to do. So I was like, shoot, do I go? Do I not go? So I was like, why not? I went. Mm-hmm. Baby was sleeping. Ironically, she wakes up during game night. And me loving children, I go in there and it's like, in there for at least, I swear I spent so much time to get her back to sleep. And that girl ends up waking up again. And I was just like, I'm done. I can't do it. Which I just think is so funny because...
She was in there with her for like 45 minutes.
It's not even a joke. Everybody was having a good time and I was in the room.
You were determined again to go to sleep.
I was determined. Me and her were bonding. She was like falling asleep and then next thing you know, someone's screaming. Oh, I didn't know that either.
Mm-hmm. She had a little cold. But that was like such a foreshadow.
It is. It is. That's why I only mention it because of that.
What month was that?